Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever. I guess it depends on when you're getting this podcast. Welcome in. Yes, we do it again. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast comes to you from A&E Heating and Cooling. The immortal Joe Martinez, who, because of you reaching out to him for anything heating and cooling related, and maybe in some of you sex related, because he's such a sexy stud. Not really. I don't even know why I said that. He's added a van to his fleet, so now he actually has two hardworking individuals himself. He gets the newer van. I think his son-in-law gets the older one. So that's cool, and that's because of you helping the guy build his business, and he thanks you. He's very, very appreciative of it. Still, it is the time of the year when we fire up the furnaces. A&E Heating and Cooling wants to make sure that that thing is tuned up. Reach out to them at 616-516-8579 and get a furnace tune-up from A&E Heating and Cooling. And if you need something bigger, like a new install on a furnace or central air or whatever, he utilizes the Comfort Maker brand of furnaces and air conditioners. You better believe you need to get a couple of estimates prior to calling Joe. I mean, he encourages that because then he likes to, beat their price, and then you're like, oh my God, this is the best, and he will. He absolutely will. So it's all fair, it's all good. Or if you just want to skip all that process and you've worked with Joe before and you're like, oh, I know you're the best, then just get a hold of him, 616-516-8579. More from the army of amazing sponsors that make this show possible. Bennett Flooring Installation. Now, I have hired them in the past to install flooring at the house, and this process is so easy. Basically, it's just call 616-301-0167. They show up, little measure, make a couple notes, and then they say, okay, do you have your materials? Yeah, it's all here. I want these vinyl planks installed. This is what we want. Okay, great. They send you an email later in the day. This is how much it's going to cost to install the flooring. And then that's it. It's just so simple. Reach out to them. It doesn't cost you anything to get that measurement for that flooring job. We've got a long list of Zane Show podcast listeners who are very, very happy with the services of Bennett Flooring Installation. Online at BennettFlooringInstallation.com. And so there you go. In fact, all right, the basement of the Eric Zane Show podcast household is the latest thing. And I move like a glacier when it comes to making decisions concerning improvements on the household, because I'm like, I'm just going to kick that can further down the road. They did install the flooring in a room that we have on the main level of the house, but the basement is now the thing that the queen of the forest is like, okay, come on, we got to get this done. Call on Jacob. Quit being a whip. Let's do it. Bennett Flooring Installation is who we will call, 616-318-0167, and you should too. They also support the show in many other ways by providing cash prizes for things like Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, which is kind of on hold for this week. And then next week, I'll be in California, so it might be a stretch to get that done the week after that, and then the week after that. So it might be on kind of like this little hiatus during this kidney thing. But rest assured, it'll all be back. That's part of Patreon, though. Okay, man, here we go. This is the 24th of November, 2020. We are doing the show from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now.
Yes, hello. Sean Gotti here, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's not a single radio show around here that's worth a damn. So I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, coming to you live Monday through Friday. So sit back, get your trays in the upright position, feet and elbows out of the aisle, because here he comes, Eric Zane.
Wow. Thank you, Sean. Quite an introduction there. I just love his energy. If you ever want to do an intro for me, I don't have enough of those. For a while, they came in hot and heavy. And then, I think I exhausted the handful of people that did it. And now everybody's like, I'm not doing that. Are you kidding me? If you want your voice featured on the show in intro form, all you have to do is hit the note taker function on your phone, the little voice recorder. And then, I don't know, maybe have a little bit of preparation of what you want to do, what you want to say. And then do it, okay? Get your voice heard on an intro for the Eric Zane Show podcast, and then send it along to me, and I'll take care of the rest. I'll put some music underneath it. If you need it cleaned up at all, I'll do that. And there you go. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. This show was built by you. You kind of willed your way into getting me to do it in the first place. So thank you. And as I mentioned, coming to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio, the kings of DIY awesomeness in the Northland of Michigan, Baldwin, Michigan, right there. Drop in and see them. This is the off season for them, so not a ton of people go up there because, outside of deer season, that's kind of like the last hurrah for tourism in that neck of the woods. But do consider and remember Baldwin Ace Hardware up there. Mike and Jennifer Gilmurray, they put this great group of people to work up there, and we want to keep them doing just that during these difficult times. All right, this is how you get the show. Some of you are getting it recorded audio. Some of you are watching the video playback on my social media. Some of you getting it live. It's that simple. Yeah, you just go to these spots, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. That's a Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids hybrid thing. Thank you for that. On Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT and the almighty YouTube. Search Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe, of course, and follow all of these social media. And that is brought to you on YouTube by F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. I've got an Instagram page, all one word, Eric Zane Show. That is brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And then wherever you download podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, CastBox, Stitcher, Witcher, Twitcher, Twatter, Fucker, all of those things, I am there. And if you don't have one picked out, you can always just go to ericzaneshow.com and click where it says free podcast, and off you go. You got to be a real dumbass to not be able to get the show. Truth be told, there's more opportunities to be heard through online resources than nowadays. People just don't listen to the radio. The only way people listen to the radio is in their car. And I was meeting with a client who I'm going to announce very shortly here, who I just was able to sign up yesterday. And he said, I only listen to the radio for 5 minutes on the way to work. And most people operate that way. They don't have an actual radio, an over-the-air radio outside of the car, which is incredibly sad and shocking to me, because you can't hear what's on unless you have the device to tune it in. Nobody listens to a radio in their home or at their work. It's only in the car. Now, I think actually more people listen to the radio via a phone app. Can listen to the online stream of whatever radio station that they listen to. But my God, what a weird scenario that there's an entire industry that is dependent on a device that no one has. Holy shit! It's no mystery then why radio is having the problems that it is having. My God, I don't even know how it possibly ends. It just seems like there's no real end in sight to the disaster that is the radio industry. And it really is a bummer, because I've got a lot of very, very close friends who are in the industry, and this is it. This is all that they have. And I'm like, son of a bitch. First of all, it isn't all you have. You were able to get into that industry because of your brain. Just somehow come up with some type of plan to take your skills and take them to South Beach or whatever. All right. So That's what's up. We have 5 days now till travel. 5 days till travel to sunny California and 8 days until the actual Great Kidney Giveaway. All right. I have a guest coming to the household today who is works for Channel 8. That is the one and only Casey Jones, which, yes, that is the same name as the Grateful Dead song, right? Casey Jones riding that train, driving that train, high on cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Yeah, Casey Jones is a terrific personality on Wood TV 8, and he does a feature called like On Your Corner or something like that. That every TV station does this when they do like a little bit more of a long form story about something going on that might be a bit of good news. And apparently the kidney story qualifies. So Casey is coming to the house here. We'll hang out. He's going to record a segment for that, and then I will let you know when it's going to air. I am eternally blessed by the attention for that. And I'm starting to formulate an idea of what I want my message to be, not only for this segment, but for the days and weeks that as we approach the Great Kidney Giveaway and then afterwards. Because as I've talked about many times, I want to be an advocate for kidney donation. And I want my message to be, and this is what the message is going to be, giving a kidney away is not a big deal. Getting a kidney is. Okay? So what my attempt to do is to, when I say giving one away is not a big deal, what I mean by that is I want this to be more of a routine thing. I don't think I can realistically believe that it can be as routine as, like if you go and you donate blood, I want it to be like that. And I don't think that's going to be that routine because there's a lot more that goes into donating a kidney, obviously, than donating blood. But I think that when you take a story like mine and it becomes like, oh my God, look at what he is doing. How great is this? I think that I don't think it helps in facilitating the idea that anybody can do this. You know what I mean? Because I don't want this to seem like it's a big daunting thing that, oh my gosh, this is just so incredibly noble. It's not. It's a nice thing. There's no question. Just as nice as any thing that you do for someone in need. Okay. But, and it is a little bit more involved, and yeah, they got to go in and do a little snippy, and then you're a little uncomfortable for a period of time. And there's a small risk, very small. Honestly, I know it sounds like there would be more risk, but there's really not. And you can live a 100% normal life, and you will live a 100% normal life with one kidney. They don't take everybody. All I am trying to do is convince people that the whole process is something that more people should consider. And I think the quicker that we make this seem like a routine thing, the quicker we can have this all happen. Does this make any sense? I hope it does. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Giving a kidney is not a big deal, but getting one is. So then the other side of that is you can do something that is generally not that big of a deal and have an impact where you actually save someone's life. Okay? Where someone who is just, you think about it, their kidneys are destroyed, they don't have kidney function, and ultimately not having kidney function is going to kill them. You can absolutely save their life. You can take a person like my pal Jeffrey, who you will meet tomorrow, or at least I'll record tomorrow the audio podcast with him. This will be the first time you've heard his voice, and he'll be able to, I'm sure he's going to talk to you directly because he knows that you all care about him. He has said to me that things that make me go, oh Jesus, I holy crap. It just, I try not to glom on to these gigantic things that he tells me about. If because of you, I am going to be able to see my kids graduate. He tells me those things, and I'm always like, you see, it's very kind, and I know that, but I want to try to focus on I want to focus on the grand scale of this, what you're describing after, because I want to make it so that this is the whole process of giving it is less of a big deal. It's the after the surgery that it's a big deal. Okay. But he is eternally grateful and so sweet and so kind. And I just can't wait for you to hear his voice. I can't wait for this all to happen. I have a nervous energy. And oh, by the way, the one thing that I am concerned about, that I am worried about, because I'm not really worried about anything at all. I know that I trust in God. I trust in the spirit of all of this. I know it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be our finest hour. I'm looking at this the same way I'm looking at whenever I would do a triathlon. It's like, come on, let's get it going. Let's do this. Come on, let's get after it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Almost like an athletic thing. But I haven't yet told my dad. Now, my dad knew that I was going down this road. But from the time that I was told that it's happening to the time that I've scheduled this surgery, December 2, I haven't spoken to him of this. And he hasn't asked about it. Now, I don't think he's forgotten. Yes, he does have dementia, but he was so worried about this. I don't think he's forgotten. I think he's just hoping that I've forgotten, that I've lost my zest for this and am not going through with it. I will tell him soon, but the reason why I haven't told him is because of the anxiety that it causes him. Now, no matter what I say, it doesn't alleviate his concern, no matter what I tell him. And he is just being a concerned father that I would expect any father to do about their kid. So there's that. I absolutely can relate. But it still has to happen. I have to tell him. So I've talked about this before. I think the idea that day of, I mean, I don't think it should be day of, because I think I should, I think a day before, maybe a couple. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I mean, here we are. It's 8 days till they actually will do the procedure. But I don't want him to have excessive worry or anguish more than is necessary. And see, I have to find the sweet spot, because if I wait too long, he's going to be upset at me. If I go too early, he will have anxiety, and I don't want that. Oh boy. I talked with Mean Gene from when I was talking with Ron and Mean Gene, not talking movies. Ron said, well, just why don't you talk to his wife and ask her what her opinion is, and Ron's like, oh, yeah, you're passing the buck. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just probably do it myself. But yes, still have to talk to Dad. Okay. And for all of you that have like, oh, my God, thank you. This is great, great work. And offering me words of encouragement. Thank you. It's very, very kind. I posted it just the other day, my very clever daughter, and I make a point to say all my kids are very, very clever and very, very sweet. But Jackie made me a freaking Christmas ornament, and she did it all herself. She bought the little pieces of lettering. She got a clear Christmas ornament that a person might use when they're decorating their own, and put kidney donor on the side of it. And then on the back, it says 2020. And then inside, took the little little metal thingy that holds onto the hook off of the top of the ornament and put actual kidney beans inside of the damn thing. And I posted that on Facebook, and a lot of you got a kick out of that. And so, yeah, thank you. All those little things, those words of encouragement, they go a long way in our household. So thanks a bunch. This is going to be great. Now, I do want my story told in book form. And I've mentioned this before that I'd like to write a book about the whole kidney adventure. And I'm starting to come up with things about it. Namely, I actually thought about the title, and I think that the title I might want it to be something to do with what I said earlier. Giving a kidney's not a big deal. Getting one is. But I'm afraid that that's too wordy. Okay? So for some reason, I want the message to be that. I want it to be a fun, entertaining story about my adventures and Diana's adventures as we come to this big day, which started on May 16, 2020, the whole adventure, and then will culminate with the surgery and then the aftercare and things like that. So I've got the book written, okay? It's there. It's done. It's in my brain. And I reached out to a very, very sweet lady named Melissa, who I'm shopping the book to, and I go, okay, so this is what I want to do. And so we're talking about how it would work. And thank you to Allison for putting me in touch with her. I had a great, great meeting yesterday about book writing and how that works. Now, I'm not going to sit there. That's what I told her, because she does this for a living. I go, I'm not going to sit there and hunt and pecky, and then here you go. I go, she goes, no. You just talk into a microphone. Send me everything you come up with, and I will do the rest. That's my job. So, yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. And I go, I'm really excited about it. So, right now we're still in kind of like a exploratory mode about it, but oh man, I would love the whole idea of this being laid out in a book. All right. Because I've got so many stories from like I said, May 16th, when it all started, to now. And I mean, I've talked about these things on the podcast, so you will have heard a lot of these. But yeah, dude, I think this could be just a whole lot of fun. And so that's kind of like what part of the day was yesterday. Was talking to this sweet lady who's an author, and oh my God, we just hit it off. Excellent. All right. Today on the show, we have had some things around the household that have led to that I knew would manifest on this podcast today. Not the least of which is the rivalry that has emerged between Ken Jennings, longtime Jeopardy champion, legend in trivia, and my brother-in-law, Kevin, No Filter Kevin, who, as you know, earned the name because of the ridiculous level of swearing and the kind of like fits of rage that happen from time to time. I've detailed those in the podcast a lot. And just some of the things that fly out of his mouth, the lack of filter words, because, you know, I'll be the first person to drop an F-bomb here and there, but Kevin drops some things that should not be uttered ever. And Ken Jennings is bringing those out. What? Yes. Does your significant other struggle with Facebook Marketplace? Yeah. My significant other does. And this has erupted again, and it needs to make its appearance on the podcast about Diana's struggles with Facebook Marketplace. General Motors is reeling after a recall of 7 million vehicles. And GM's like, why? Well, come on. No, it's no big deal. And, what do you call it? The National Traffic Safety Administration or whatever the hell they are like, no, this definitely is a big deal. 7 million vehicles around the world recalled. Old people having kids. This really bugs the shit out of me. It really does when I hear about old people deciding, yeah, let's go have a baby. I mean, like really old people. And going the extra mile, even though in this case, this woman's eggs are completely mush and she can't actually make her own baby. The lengths that she's going to get this done. This is just sick. I hate this story. So there's that. Do we really need to see the dangers of frying a turkey indoors for Thanksgiving? Okay, there's that. And legendary Sex Pistols frontman Johnny Rotten is having trouble with wildlife. All of that coming up. Okay, so that is part of the Open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I want to invite you that if with tax time fast approaching, my tax sponsor, that is Tag Accounting, invites you to call upon him to get your taxes done, whether it be for a business or individual. Tax time is right around the corner, so it's time now to reach out to Troy Ginzer and start this process. There is a little bit of groundwork that has to be done ahead of time so that in case you are a new customer, you can make sure you have everything all in place. All you have to do is reach out to Troy at 616-301-9516 for Tag Accounting or tagcpa.net. Some of you folks who were turned down to Troy last year at this time, thank you very much. I'm sure he'll be reaching out to you very shortly as soon as we get closer to the actual tax season. And you'll get the old, hey, your appointment is set for, and basically that. If you haven't heard from Troy leading up to that, make sure you reach out to him. But it should be all in place for you that are returning customers. And but he wants new customers, 616-301-9516. It does not cost you a ton of money at all to have a professional do your taxes, and you really should. You don't want any mistakes made or anything like that. And for you folks that are in business for yourselves, holy crap, man, that can be tricky business if you decide to do it on your own. Oh, man, wouldn't it be nice to just upload all your stuff to Troy's portal online and have him do it for you? You might get a phone call during the period of time when he's doing your taxes. Hey, what about this? Okay. Oh, okay, great. And then that's it, man. It's done. 616-301-9516 for Tag Accounting. While we're at it, JM Synthetics. Remind you that if you go to their website, jmsynthetics.com, you will get amazing savings on all AMSOIL products. AMSOIL invented synthetic motor oil. And that's what you do. You go to jmsynthetics.com and buy what you need for your do-it-yourself project. Okay? That's all at jmsynthetics.com. In fact, I have to send along Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti to Philip, who just bought something from JM Synthetics. And that's something I'm doing to unload this collection of vinyl that I have behind me in the room. If you buy anything from Jason Mays at JM Synthetics, make sure you let me know, okay? Send me a screenshot of what you purchased or whatever it is. I don't care. And you get a vinyl record. You're like, well, I don't know the records. Well, just let me know and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I'll actually mail it to you. And then frickin' Philip took probably the best record in my collection, the double album Physical Graffiti. Oh, my gosh. Legendary material from Led Zeppelin. And I haven't forgot about you. I would have delivered it, but you live out in BFE. If you live close, I'll actually hand deliver it to you, all right? So that's from my friends at JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Stand by. Great holiday gift would be to have your home cleaned by Amy Porter. A&D Cleaning. Call up Amy, 616-550-3644. If you are in and around West Michigan, do just that. Reach out to Amy Porter. That number again, 550-3644. All right. Let's see here. Kenny, right? So listening just now about you talking about the book and what you wanna have come across in the title. And I immediately thought you should have the title be Sharing Life. Giving a kidney, not a big deal. Giving a kidney is not a big deal, but getting one is. You know, title, Sharing Life, and subtitle underneath. Yes. I agree for the most part. But that's what I'm thinking about. As long as it doesn't the only thing I'm worried about is the title occupying like too much space on the cover. You know, but I mean, I think that because I'm looking at it and it doesn't look like it would be that intrusive in the amount of words. Sharing life, giving a kidney. Would it be giving a kidney's not a big deal, or giving a kidney is not a big deal? I guess I'll bring that up with Melissa and she'll take care of it. Giving a kidney's not a big deal. And then it says, but getting one is, but could it be giving a kidney's not a big deal, ... or comma, getting one is, like with is in all caps. I don't know. If you have any suggestions like this, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. I think this can be great. I just don't want the book too short, and I want it to be lighthearted and fun, and you know it will be. It's going to be full of all my adventures, all the stories and the processes and the conversations I've had with people and the interactions and my thoughts on it, and I think it can be just fantastic. Kenny says larger font than smaller for the rest, you know. No, I get you. I feel you. All right. I'm bringing the Queen of the Forest here. God, this phone. Okay. On this iPhone 12, what I can't get is, now, if you're not watching this, you don't get it because that's an audio thing. But when the phone is locked, I have the hardest time getting used to the fact that all I got to do is touch the screen and it's unlocked. That's it. That's all I got to do. I struggle with that. The simplest, dumbest thing. Jeez. I'm just fiddling with it and swiping and stupid. And the next thing you know, the fucking calendar's open for some reason. And it's just, oh, God, I hate this phone. I'm coming around, Kenny. Maybe I should buy an Android. All right.
Hello?
I hate this phone so bad.
Oh my gosh. Would you quit complaining about it?
It just sucks.
It does not. You're not giving it a chance.
Well, no, that's not true at all. I did give it a chance, and it's because of after the chance period ended, I still don't get it. I now suck with it. It's so bad.
Oh my God.
But I guess I'm alone in that.
You are. I think you are.
All right. Where are you in this house right now?
Sitting in my chair, waiting for that person to come to pick up the bar stools.
Okay, I haven't yet revealed that. I think I need you. Are you like, so you're not on speaker?
No.
I think I need you to be in like a different part of the house.
No.
Well, no, I do because.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Why would you, you know what I'm going to talk with you about.
I know.
So why would you then be willing to discuss what we're going to discuss in the presence of the individual that we're going to talk about? Why would you do that? I don't understand.
Listen, I'm kind of getting sick of your sass.
Okay, well, we'll discuss the sass in a minute, but were you really going to discuss what we're going to discuss right in front of him?
No, I was kidding, dickhead.
Well, I didn't know that. You sounded serious.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, where are you?
I'm in the laundry room.
Okay. So I described it as Kevin has a real rivalry with Ken Jennings.
Yes.
You watch it.
Well,
yeah. I'm sorry.
He's not a big fan.
Well, yeah, he hates him. He hates him. It's ridiculous. It's so over the top.
I don't quite understand it.
No, it's horrible, and his hatred of him is also mixing with his inability to well, yeah, he has that filter issue that we've talked about, and the words that fly out of his mouth when he's watching him on TV, it's horrible.
I know. I don't know why it's.
If I'm not mistaken, and I was going to talk about this yesterday, but I had forgotten this one moment, and then it happened again last night, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I was going to describe. But you watch a show called Mastermind?
Yeah.
That's the one with the tall blonde, Brooke Burke, I think is her name.
Yeah.
And so Brooke Burke is there, and she's got these two people from like different, or two or three contestants from anywhere USA.
Yeah.
And they have to guess to see which one of those three will be the mastermind for that show. And then they take on one of three people that are known to be wizards in trivia, like Ken Jennings.
Exactly.
Okay. So the masterminds are always Jennings, and then that giant black guy, I don't know his name. And then his
first name is Jonathan.
Okay, he's like really good too. And then there's some lady that's always one of the masterminds. It's one of those three. And then so they kind of like whoever the mastermind champion is takes on the average Joe trivia person, and they have a trivia challenge to end the game.
Right.
Jennings rarely loses.
Correct.
Kevin doesn't like that.
Right.
Like 2 nights ago, you were watching. Yeah, you were watching that, and he referred to him as an F rhymes with bag. Right? Was that the terminology? Mm-hmm. F rhymes with bag.
Yep.
So under his breath, or is it just like, oh my God, he's F rhymes with bag?
No, it's not that loud.
Okay, and so what do you do when that flies out of his face?
I just remain silent.
Do we need to say something?
I mean, what good is it going to do? I mean, seriously. Seriously.
Okay, we just got to pray. Okay, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
If anyone is at the house at any one point who is not you or I, that show cannot be on. Because it's going to trigger him. It's going to trigger him to yell out F rhymes with bag.
Well, I don't think it's just that show. That show is bad, but.
Well, I know, but he's on it. It's him in particular.
Moment.
It's him in particular.
True.
Now, I imagine if there's someone else that he doesn't like, that might happen too. Mm-hmm. But, oh, God.
Just wait till he hears that he's going to be the host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, I know it.
Intern.
You and I should record that. I just heard that news that today they were just discussing that on the Today Show that Ken Jennings is going to be the host of Jeopardy for on like a guest role. I guess my guess is they're like trying him out to see how he does.
I think you're right, because I read an article about the 5 or 10 top people to replace him, and he was one of them. And then.
Holy shit.
Betty White was one of them, and at 98 years old. Yeah, right. And then there's like several other ones.
Right. Now, if I'm so I had forgotten that Kevin referred to Ken Jennings as F rhymes with bag until last night. I got up and I looked at my phone, and apparently you were watching the show again, and he unleashed another string of obscenities.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you type to me? Well, I forgot what the text was.
C rhymes with rock.
He's a cock. He called him a cock. Holy! So you're a cock. He called the TV. He looked at the TV and said, "You're a cock."
And he just goes, "Dumb cock."
Called him a dumb cock. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that the washer or something? The fuck are you doing?
Just being sorry. That was one.
Called Ken Jennings a dumb cock. What is it? Because Kennings got it. Ken Jennings did well. He had performed well.
He won again.
He won again. So Kevin called him a dumb cock. But if I'm understanding correctly, he wasn't quite done. There was yet another moment.
Yeah, and it was a FUR sounds like rag, or F sounds like rag.
Yeah, but it wasn't it FU fuck you rhymes with baggot.
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
So fuck you, baggot, is what he said out loud in my house to the TV about Ken Jennings. He called him a baggot.
Correct.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is really, really strong. Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Cock, F rhymes with bag, and fuck you, baggot. Oh my God. Fuck. Horrible.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even have words.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. Jeez.
I know.
Okay. Well, he has earned the term No Filter Kevin. Did I show you the Twitter page or the
yes,
the dude who made the fake Twitter account at No Filter Kevin on Twitter?
Yes, you did show me that. So I can add that to the list.
Oh shit, son of a bitch, man.
Okay, you just sound like him.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, but you see, I'm always when I swear, I usually do it in like amazement or to describe someone.
You know what I meant by this son of a bitch is something he always says too.
Oh yeah, it's always weird. It's like, oh man, hey, yeah, we're having potato soup. Oh man, I love that son of a bitch and shit, or something like that. It's like, what? What is going on? What? You didn't need to say that.
Yeah.
And then the frequency and fluency of the word damn. The word damn is in front of everything. You know, I mean, like if Jesus were to come down from heaven and then walk in here and go, hey, everybody, how's it going? And then there's some water and he made it into wine. And then, there was if Saul, the blind guy, was in the room and he made it so he could see. And then Jesus went back up to heaven. Kevin would say, man, I love that damn Jesus.
He probably would. Or he might even go as far as saying mother effer.
Hey, I love that. Man, Jesus, I love that mother effer. Oh, and Jesus is like, oh, come on, man, you can't do that. Jesus, man, he's a great F rhymes with bag. Oh
my word.
Okay. What's going on? You like working on the washer again?
It's just beat.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna have to call you back because I might need to talk to you about your real struggles with Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. Don't do that.
Oh my God. No,
I gotta go.
Seriously.
She's gonna be here soon.
Who is?
The lady to pick him up.
Yeah, the audience doesn't know that yet. I haven't told that story.
Yeah. And I gotta babysit the grandkids at 11 o'clock. So I have to go over there.
Yeah, it won't be for about 15 minutes. 20 minutes maybe. That's when I'm going to talk to you. Okay?
All right, bye.
All right. Okay, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my God. The legendary Kevin saga. Hey, I heard from Pellerito. Pellerito was doing something. Longtime friend Mike Pellerito. Mike was the very first person who made me feel from an audience standpoint that, I would be able to rebound from any issues after losing my gig with Free Beer and Hot Wings. I'll never forget when I was walking into where I work to do PA for the Griffins. And it was the first game that I did after getting fired in February of 2016. And Pellerito was standing there like holding a sign or something like that with his son. And just there was a number of people that were doing that at that game, and I was like, oh my God, how sweet is this? Pellerito, longtime fan back in the day on the radio with GRD, and oh my God, the things that guy has done to be helpful. He actually during the BBL days, he so wanted the show to take off. He fabricated a sign that he would fixed onto a couple of straps and put it over him so that he was a moving billboard, kind of like a person who had like sandwich boards around them back in the day. So he's got this, he's a moving billboard, and then he would train. He would like run downtown, wherever he wanted to be, to spread the word about the show with like my logo on it. And I was like, holy shit, this guy is just absolutely awesome. I've been nothing but supportive, as you all have. So he came up with a great idea, because on the Lost Zane recordings with BBL, frequently the way it is like, all right, here you go. Here's the latest show. And then you have to listen to it to figure out what's going on. I have no idea what happens on each of those episodes. And even when I do the free view, the Lost Zane recordings free view for people who download just that and want to hear that, and then hopefully they'll go and sign up on Patreon. Again, I have no clue what's coming up to be able to promote what's happening or talk about, because I don't have the time to sit there and listen to it, nor do I have the strength. It puts me in a weird spot when I have to listen to my old shows, and it's hard to explain. But Mike has taken the time to do that, and so he sends me now show notes to describe with you. The episode that's going to drop on Friday is important, and here's why. My mom is featured on it. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, dude, this is incredible. This is just 2-3 weeks after I started on BBL in April of 2016. The show is from April 29. In that show, there's 13 segments. The first segment is the health department allowing XO restaurant to open today. I guess Julius and I talked about that. It was an Asian restaurant downtown right below us at the First Community Bank building that had been shut down because all these health code violations, they got shut down. It was a big deal. Then they reopened. All right. And we brought a bunch of audience actually there to eat. And they ended up eventually going belly up. Now it's called Soho Sushi. It's actually really good. I don't know how they're doing during the pandemic, but the second segment says fighting with old show on Twitter, not realizing the tweet that pissed Eric off was weeks old. I vaguely remember that. In fact, I do remember it. I got into a Twitter war with Steve or something like that. And it was all stupid because, well, I mean, anything on Twitter is stupid. But I was bitching and moaning about, and I had no idea that what I was complaining about was something that was way old. It's embarrassing. We talked about the NFL draft. The dude from XO, Osmond Chen, dropped by, taking calls for people wanting to meet at XO for lunch. A new name for the Red Wings Arena, Little Caesars Arena. 10 minutes with Huge. Talking movies with Ron Van Timmeren. We played a game called Knockout Tiger Trivia. And I think it was a Mother's Day gift or something like that. And so my mom was involved. It's described as a cool call with your mother from the night before to explain the game to her. So I play that on there. You'll hear my mother's voice. It's good to know that it's there. I don't want to hear it. It'll just make me weep. Scott DeVries from Allen Bob Sporting Goods. The game where we give away Tigers tickets. And then a story about Diana. This is it says jet ski, floating island, and topless wife. That is a story about when, you'll hear it, she took her top off in front of her girlfriends because it's something weird that girls do. I just remembered something. I stumbled upon this, and I'm sure any one of you who have lost a family member have done something like this. You realize you have a slew of voicemail messages from the deceased. I just discovered those. I was like, oh my God. And so I've got a whole bunch of messages from my mother. And it's part of the grieving process, I think. What do they say? 5 stages to grief. And yeah, so I've just been like, I just found those, like, oh my God. So occasionally I like listen to one. Hasn't ruined me yet, but I think that if I hear a conversation with my mother, it probably would. All right. Enough. Back to doing fun stuff, nut. All right. Where the hell are we? Yeah, I got to get Diana back on the phone. Hey, Dear Meathead is tomorrow. I've got a couple questions in the hopper, but I need more. If you would be so kind, if you can come up with a question. Simple, short, sweet, whatever you're working on in your life, whatever you have going on. If you want the perspective of my sweet 86-year-old father, please reach out. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Love to hear from you. If you like the segment, keep it alive and going by sending in a question. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Dear Meathead is brought to you by JM Synthetics. Okay. The managed IT service provider for the show is Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. If you have a business, small or large, it's good to have a tech team ready to go in case things go south, and to always be kind of like in tune with what's going on in your business with your tech. I signed a service contract with Blue Frost IT each month. They check out my stuff, my computer, make sure everything is in good tip-top running order. And if in the event something goes south on my tech, I have my team ready to go. That's my IT department. So this allows businesses that otherwise couldn't afford a full-time staff or a person to do that, to have that type of expertise at their disposal. Because a lot of times small businesses, they don't have that, and then they just rely on who here knows something about this? Call Pete in accounting, have him come over. And Pete has just enough knowledge to make things a lot worse. Don't have that happen. 616-200-8550. Also, something that they do is if your business needs an entire new tech system, they can take care of that. Maybe the business is moving, maybe you're upgrading, whatever it may be. Call upon Blue Frost IT for that type of expertise. Online at bluefrostit.com. Okay, let's talk guns. I've got 2 businesses that specialize in gun-related things. First off, CPL training from Prince Army. Okay, retired U.S. Army Major Steve Prince has a class once or twice a month, and I want you to sign up for it so that you can have everything you need to be able to carry your pistol concealed. Now, the classes pack really fast. Okay, this it's a kind of a nutty time in the world, and a lot of people are like, yeah, man, I want to carry a pistol in case some dumb shit starts going wacko and threatens me with violence or pulls a gun on me or something like that. All right, I'm not going to be a victim, for God's sake. Prince Army, make sure that you have all the knowledge that you need. You don't even need to own a gun to take the class. Just get your butt in there and take the class. It's $125. You need more information. You can get to the Prince Army page on Facebook by going to ericzaneshow.com and click right on the Prince Army logo, or call Steve yourself at 616-204-1705. He has a Black Friday class coming up in just a few days. But outside of that, we've got following classes in December that he's working on. So just go to his page, click on events. It'll tell you where, when they'll be taking place. And you can pay for it online, too, on his Facebook page. And then my friends at BK Guns and Stuff. I love these guys, the gunsmiths of the show. They're based in Saranac, Michigan. World-renowned, and that's no joke, man. The folks at BK Guns and Stuff help people and repair their firearms from all reaches of the globe. And if you doesn't matter where you are in the audience, you can get your firearm to them legally through the mail. You can actually do that. To do that, you have to reach out and get all the details how that works. 616-902-2447 to get that gun repaired, or just drop it off if you're in the area. More information on their page. You can get to it by clicking on their logo, BK Guns and Stuff, on my page, ericzaneshow.com. Okay. The problem I have around the house right now is Diana related and Facebook Marketplace. In my opinion, fun place to look around, look at everybody's junk that they're trying to get rid of. Some of it can be good, but I think that some work has to take place in order to make sure that you're buying the right thing. Diana is not doing that work. A couple of months ago, she decided to buy a dresser for Madison. It wasn't more than 1 second after we had that thing in the house that I realized, this is an absolute piece of shit. First of all, if you're selling anything on Facebook Marketplace, would you people please make sure that it is of sound integrity, so that it actually can be a workable thing that the consumer can purchase, okay? Because what you're doing when it's shit like that, you're encountering wives like Diana, or in some cases husbands, and they're like, oh, this is great. I can't wait to bring it home to my husband or my wife. And then you bring it home, and then they go, well, we just bought someone's shit. We just got ripped off. You actually paid for a piece of garbage. That happened with this dresser, which I'm not making it up. Parts were actually falling off of it. It was completely unstable. And it was a miracle that Diana got her money back from the lady. She was very kind to do that, the lady. All right, so there's that. We've purchased beds that just fall apart. And Diana's like, oh, no, this is what we're going to do. The latest is these freaking chairs that she purchased, which they weren't falling apart. That wasn't the issue. The issue that she's running into is, okay, so if you, we have this spot in the kitchen that is, it's an island. And it's the surface of the island, the countertop, is higher than like kitchen table height. It's almost like a place where you would put like pub chairs. Well, in fact, that is what it is. And so we have these chairs that are there. And some time ago, she actually purchased chairs on Facebook Marketplace. This is when it worked out. I don't know what's happened. She was doing it right, and now, or maybe she just got lucky. But these three used chairs that are there, and they're definitely used, but they're fine. I mean, in my house, pretty much everything that we have in the house has a look of a lot of use to it. And I think that comes with the fact that, hey, well, first of all, we live here. And, I mean, look behind me. I've got all these animals. I have pretty much an animal sanctuary here in the household. Where that's the life we live, and I'm comfortable with that. So everything in my house, the second you get it, it looks like it's about 30 years old. Okay, really used. Whatever, no big deal, right? Well, for some reason, she thinks we need an upgrade on these chairs at this island, and I'm like, so. I get home yesterday from a business meeting, and I've got a number of things that I wanted to do for the rest of the day. And she says, hey, will you go with me to Holland to pick up some chairs? And I go, no, I have a full slate of things to do. No, I'm not going to do that. She's like, oh, maybe I can do it. And I go, and then I got to thinking, I don't like the idea of her. I'm going to accompany her. I don't want her to go where strangers are, Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable with her going by. So I go, I take that back. Yes, I'll go with you. I'll go with, what are we doing? Yeah, I want to replace these chairs. I go, and I'm like, well, What's wrong with these? No. These are all shit. I don't want them anymore. And I'm like, well, no, they're not shit. They're fine. They're like everything in our house, like I just described to you. But all right. Now, we used to have 2 stools there. Now we have 3 of these similar height chairs with like a back behind them. And it's perfect. 2 was too few. 3 was just right. She goes, yeah, I'm getting 4 chairs. I'm like, well, we don't need 4. 4 is not going to fit. She goes, well, we'll only use 3. I go, so you're buying a set of 4 chairs and we're just going to have an extra one like laying around? Now, this comes on the same day that the guy from the dumpster place just picked up the dumpster in my driveway. Diana hired a dumpster dude, and we threw a ton of shit away. And here we are 2 hours later, and we already have more shit to throw away since the departure of the dumpster. Hey, Siri. See, I hate this phone. Siri worked yesterday. Now she doesn't work. This phone sucks so bad. Damn it. It's a totally different subject matter here.
Hello?
You won't believe it.
What?
I just said, hey, Siri, and she doesn't work now.
Fine. You made her mad.
No, it's his phone. I'm telling you.
It
worked,
not.
It worked yesterday. And I went to the settings and looked at it. And not just now, but earlier today, I thought, maybe I'm doing something wrong with the setting. No. It's on. She's on. And she stopped listening to me. Story of my life.
She's mad at you.
I was in the part of the story where it was maybe 2-3 hours since the dumpster was picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you near the TV?
No, I'm in my chair.
Can you go back to where you were?
Okay, hang on.
For this story, because the TV is like, it's in my ears and it's like distracting me. And you know me, I can't focus. What's on TV today?
The news.
Yeah. Is any swear words fly out of NFK?
No.
Everything good?
Yeah. Okay. What can I do for you?
Okay, so I'm to the part of the story where the dumpster dude had just picked up the dumpster.
Uh-huh.
And we are now with more junk that has to be thrown away after we go to Holland, we get these 4 chairs, which the lady tells us that one of the chairs is missing a screw, so we're getting shit right away. And we put them in the trunk. We drive 30 minutes out there, 30 minutes back, and then that's it. And then but now if we're going to use these chairs, these new chairs at the bar, we have 3 other chairs that have to find their way into a dumpster that we just got rid of.
Okay.
So there's that. Now, are you running around or doing something?
No, I'm not.
Sit still, for God's sake.
I am.
This is what I hear.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I'm standing still.
No, you're not. You're doing the laundry. You are absolutely doing laundry.
Eric, I'm in the pantry, not the laundry room. Now, would you like me to hang up?
Okay. Now it sounds like you're not moving. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, what are you so mad at me for? What did I do?
Annoying me.
All I asked you see, you can't get annoyed at me when I'm trying to do a podcast. It's not like I'm talking to you in this room, you and me. We're on a podcast. There's people hearing this. And you're freaking doing P90X when I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay, now you're yelling and hurting my ear. So can we continue?
Well, I'm trying to emphasize. It's okay. You see, all these things are colliding in my brain. I'm doing this podcast, trying to talk to you. You're doing P90X. You're not sitting still. Don't move.
Okay, I'm standing still. I'm a statue.
My God, how long have we done this? We've been doing this for 30 years together. 30 years.
Yelling.
And here you are.
You have about 3 seconds. And
All right, here you are doing a fucking burpees while I'm trying to have a conversation.
Are you done? Are you done? Because I'm going to hang up.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, well then finish.
Okay, I'm done. All right. At which point in the day did the wanting to replace the chairs infiltrate your brain? Was it yesterday? Was it the day before yesterday? Was it you just saw something and it struck you? Take me through this.
Excuse me, but did you not see my Christmas list?
No.
That was on the family chat? Okay, well, that's the first problem because you don't pay attention. I put on my Christmas list new bar chairs because ours are all worn out and gross. So.
Well, they're not.
I put that in. Yes, they are. Have you not seen them?
They're
yes,
fine.
They are.
They're like, okay, look, hey, I just covered this with the family. Or with the family, with the I guess with the family, with the audience. Everything we have looks like that. Everything.
Okay, so maybe I would like to make it not everything look like that. So anyway, I put that on my Christmas list, and then I saw those, and they were in great shape, and I thought, well, that'll save money. So I inquired about them. I did not realize that the other issue.
Okay, so now earlier in the day, you had sold some things on Facebook Marketplace. You sold a device, a little screen protector for an iWatch, right?
Mm-hmm. It's an Apple Watch, not an iWatch.
Sorry, an Apple iWatch. Is it just
it's
Apple Watch?
iWatch. No, yes, it's not iWatch anything. It's Apple Watch.
Okay, you have a screen protector you sold for $10. And then you sold that vacuum, this little upright stick Bissell sweeper for $10. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got $20 extra, and then you saw for sale 4 chairs for $40.
They're bar stools, not chairs.
Okay. All right. Now, you said, all right, well, this looks good. I'm going to go and get these. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
We go and get them, drive all the way back. We have 4 chairs. We only need 3. We take the one that's broken and leave it in the garage. So we're going to throw that away along with these other 3 chairs that you describe as ruined. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why does it sound like you're getting ready to get pissed?
I'm not. I'm just agreeing. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Continue.
How would you describe the chairs when they were pushed into the bar?
They look nice.
Wait a minute. They look nice?
They did look nice, but they were just just couldn't sit. You just couldn't sit in them.
Yes, because the spot you sit has if you were seated in there, you'd be sitting like Jake from the Blues Brothers when he was visiting the Penguin. You don't know that reference, but basically there's no space between the seat portion and the countertop. They're too freaking tall.
So what would happen if Justin was sitting in one?
Well, he'd smash his knees and his head would hit the ceiling. And they're ridiculous. They're not even close.
What did I look like?
Well, yeah, you were sitting there and you were you look like like an elf sitting in a giant's chair. Your little feet were hanging down. They couldn't even. It was so tall they didn't even rest on the bar part on the bottom of that chair. So you look like a little kid. This is ridiculous. So son of a bitch, these things are just now we have more of people's shit in our house. And I mean, basically, Facebook Marketplace is might as well just be called a place to give Diana shit because
that is not true.
Yeah, it absolutely is true. The bed was shit.
It was not shit. It wouldn't be shit if it was the right size. It was somebody else's treasure. Somebody else came and got them.
It's shit in this household.
No, it's not.
You bought the shit too. You bought the shit in this house. It's shit. You bought the shit bed. You bought the shit dresser.
Shit bed. What are you talking
The
about?
bed that you bought Madison. Remember that with the drawers are all falling apart in the damn thing?
Okay, she got a good year or two out of that.
And
so
then,
shut up.
That's luck. And then the business of the dresser, my God, the lady gave you the money back, luckily. And then and now you got this. So then I had a moment where then you realize it took a little bit, but you finally realized you conceded, unlike Trump, that the chairs were inappropriate for the spot.
Yes.
Okay. Now you lucked out because what did you do next?
I immediately put them back on Facebook Marketplace, and within 10 minutes, they were sold.
Okay. This is good.
About 10 people wanted them.
Excellent. This is now, Did you charge like double? Because that's what you should have done.
No, I did not, because I'm an honest person.
You sold them for what you paid for them. $40.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So now you are made whole.
Yep.
And we have the same chairs that you don't like, that I do like, back at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Now, then a few minutes passed, and I came up to you and I told you something that was on my mind, and it was not received very well. What did I say to you?
Can we stop buying stuff, please? That's what you said. Something along those lines.
I said more than that. I said it's starting to bother me.
Yeah, starting to annoy me. Can you quit
starting
buying
to annoy
shit?
Will you quit buying shit? I go. The problem is you keep buying shit. Would you stop buying shit on Marketplace?
But to your answer to that, no, I will not.
You won't what? Stop
buying shit.
What's next? You gonna buy like a used toilet or something, or I don't know, kitchen table, ceiling fan, garbage can? I mean, this is all shit that we don't need.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so
no, your idea of don't need and my idea of don't need are two different things, because you would live in a shed and be happy.
Isn't that? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? That's why I want to move to Grayling, move into the fear bunker.
Yeah, no.
Come on, we can install running water.
You go right ahead, honey, and I'll come visit you.
You're not down.
No.
All right. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for you. I appreciate you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Anything on Facebook that you're looking at right now that we could know about? Tell you what, if audience members, if you're selling anything on Facebook Marketplace, tag Diana and she'll probably buy it.
Okay, gotta go.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, thanks for taking the time to sit still during the conversation. That was great. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, see ya. Yeah, we've had conversations on the podcast for radio or podcast for 30 years, and the number one rule is don't do something else while you're on the phone, because it goes. The audience can hear that, and then here she is. She's whatever the hell she was doing, cleaning the pantry out. Oh my God, I am in so much trouble after that one. Okay, we need to talk about old fucks having kids. These two, oh my God, do these people piss me off. So fucking annoying. 62-year-old lady, okay? She wants a baby, and her 66-year-old husband's going to give it to her. Holy shit. Well, okay, what could possibly go wrong here? Let me just get into the story from the local TV station. They're covering this selfish bitch and this selfish dick's story. Here you go.
Women in the country to give birth.
But having a baby at 62 years old brings up ethical issues. Tonight, why her doctor argues women shouldn't be treated differently than men when it comes to having a baby.
Okay, now they start with that. This fucking quack doctor that is helping her have the baby. Wait a minute. What do they mean by it's a double standard there? It's not to me. It has nothing to do with a double standard. God, I get pissed off when I see that Mick Jagger's fathering another kid. That's fucking sick, because young kids with dead parents is not a good thing. Oh yeah, happy 4th birthday. You're dead. The kid's gonna be so upset.
Most people John and Kathy Blantner's age would be thinking about retirement and slowing down. Not this Waterloo, Illinois dentist and his wife. John is 66.
Oh,
Kathy is 62
gross.
and pregnant.
I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be 62 and have a baby. I'm thinking, how wonderful. I get to have a baby and I'm 62.
Yeah,
They
shut up, you asshole.
also have a 12-year-old son and a 2-year-old toddler.
Oh.
In April, Kathy will become one of the oldest women to ever give birth in the United States.
Do you have the energy for this?
Well, I get up every day
No,
and I try to have a great day.
you don't.
Kathy was 40 when she and John got married.
Imagine that the kid is 10 years old and all he wants to do is like throw a baseball, and the dad is like, he's like, oh my God, he's got to get up, and the idea, so if the kid's 10, that'll make this guy 76, and he puts up his arm to throw the ball, and his arm actually falls off. Oh my God.
Met the love of my life, and she wants to have children, and I want to be supportive.
They said that your eggs are no longer capable of supporting life.
Oh.
And so
The fact that she even tried, I want to get my eggs tested, and they harvest one, and it just immediately is like it falls apart like fucking cream of wheat in a bowl. And they're like, oh God, no way, this is crazy. There's no way that this could ever turn into a human. Your eggs are they should be harvested and eaten.
that was a bit of a blow.
But where there's a will, there's a way. Kathy got pregnant through in vitro fertilization at age 50.
That's what
She
you do.
used donated eggs from her niece combined with her husband John's sperm.
Oh.
Her son Johnny is now 12.
She took the eggs from her niece and used the jizz from the old man. Why? Why do you have to use the niece's eggs? Why can't you do it what everybody else does? Is there, I don't know, was that cost effective or something like that? It just seems a little bit more weird that you would use the niece's eggs. And now I don't think that the niece is a blood relative to the dude because of her previous relationship status or something like that. I don't know, but that's still fucking weird.
You have one,
And this gets even more weird.
and then you start, well, how wonderful it is. I want another one. It took 10 years.
I hope that this third kid is a complete hellion. Just everything is a drama-filled incident. And then these two have to pick up the pieces, and then in 15 years, we're doing a news story about how these people are like, oh my God, my life is so terrible because of this asshole kid. Oh shit.
More struggles.
Kathy was almost 60. She reached out to numerous infertility doctors.
What did they say?
A lot of them
They
said,
said, fuck no.
no, we won't treat you
Why?
because of your
Because I'm old.
age.
Most doctors follow the ethical guidelines set by the American Society for Reproductive Medicine. It says women over 55 years old shouldn't get pregnant
No.
because of the risks to their health and their longevity. Guidelines say there is a greater likelihood that one or both of the parents
No.
could die before the child is an adult. Then Kathy turned to Dr. Sherman Silber at St. Luke's Hospital.
Who doesn't
first
give
reaction-
who doesn't give a shit about any of those things?
V, are you crazy?
But after months of consideration, Dr. Silber decided Kathy had every right to give birth again.
No, she doesn't.
Older women, on average, tend to have more competent, more intelligent babies.
So what?
And that's because
Yeah, okay, older. 38, 40, 41, in that ballpark. I tell you what, I'll go as far as what is the age of what the hell is the family? The Schwantz family. I'll go that far. Any older than them, it's the Schwantz rule. They have like 75 kids. and you take the age of the mom and the dad at when the latest one was born. That's it. Any older than that, you can't have kids. There should be a law.
They're focused on the baby in the early years of life when everything happens.
Dr. Silber felt Kathy was in excellent health and had a family support system.
Does a 59 or 61-year-old woman deserve to have a baby? Well, no one asks that about 90-year-old guys.
Yes, we do. We do ask that about 90-year-old guys. So I don't know what the fuck this quack doctor is talking about. That's the first thing that comes up whenever I hear about a stupid old man deciding to father a kid, is how irresponsible it is. So don't put words in my mouth, you stupid asshole.
Health and had a family support system.
Does a 59 or 61-year-old woman deserve to have a baby? Well, no one asks that about 90-year-old guys.
Yes,
when Strom Thurmond, the senator in the U.S. Senate, had a baby at age 81.
Age wasn't the only unusual part to this story. This time, Kathy would get pregnant from eggs donated by her own daughter, combined with her husband John's sperm. Her older daughter, Sarah, is from a first marriage and shares no DNA with John. And thanks to her daughter, Kathy was able to give birth to Charles 2 years ago at 60 years old.
She carried him. She is the mother. I don't feel any genetic connection other than I'm a sister.
Now Kathy is pregnant again, all because of her daughter Sarah.
This whole family's a bunch of sick assholes is what this is.
Eggs. And another unusual twist. Sarah is also expecting. Both will deliver.
Her husband's having sex with her daughter
around the same time, and both are having girls.
It's like Father of the Bride. We always talk about that.
Sarah, who is married with her own children, plans to care for her siblings when her parents no longer can.
What do you say?
Which will be 1 minute after the baby is born. This old man's going to change one diaper and he's going to have a heart attack right there. The first gnarly shit, he's going to be like, oh, God, this is the big one.
People who say it's crazy to have a baby at 62 years old.
I say that's okay. If that's their belief, that's absolutely okay.
Yeah, this reporter needs to ask the question, and she needs to be very, very blunt with them. Okay, your husband, he's 66. There is a fairly good chance by 76 he will be dead. How do you think your 10-year-old is going to feel when at 10 years old his dad is dead? Does that ever affect your decision making? I'm guessing it won't, because you're a stupid idiot.
But that's not okay to put that on me.
Yeah, it is.
I think if I'm okay with how they believe,
you did it.
They can be okay with how I believe.
Kathy was actually pregnant with twins this time, but lost one of the babies early in the pregnancy. She's now 19 weeks pregnant, and we will let you know when she has her baby. John, they're one big happy family.
Yeah, that's
I mean, she's so old that if the guy goes, that's interesting. She's so old and her body's so screwed up. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like 8 months in and the kid's in there and yawns, and then all of a sudden you see a fist bust through her belly. She's like, oh, God, it's like the movie Aliens. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. Shit, this is screwed up. I hate every bit of this. This is wrong, sick. These people should be charged with some type of crime. This should be absolutely illegal. Old fucks having kids and having them like this. Oh, God. I cannot stand this story. Man, jeez. The fact that this is even a thing is just shocking to me. All right, hey, the show is on Patreon, as you know. Thank you to everybody who has signed up and been on Patreon for some time. And what we have there is a hell of a lot more content. You got the Lost Zane recordings dropping twice a week. We talked about earlier on the show. We have Monday and Friday a new episode of that released in its entirety from the entire show on 107.3 WBBL. The Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. We do that each week, even though we are taking a little bit of time off during the great kidney giveaway, but it will be back. Don't worry. Not to mention the daily Patreon bonus podcast, the Zane Asylum, and yes, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. Another one of my segments that's in a bit of a flux right now during this whole kidney giveaway, but don't fear not, it will be back for just $5 or $10 a month. You get all of those shows each and every week. So if you just want to try it out, yeah, that's all it's going to set you back. And then hopefully if you like it, you'll keep it going. And if not, no big deal. You tried. I just thank you for trying and thank you for the time. That's at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Kent County Health Department. Oh, boy, it's a weird time for those folks with the pandemic that has been ongoing. My goodness. I give them all the credit in the world for doing what they do at the Kent County Health Department and trying to keep us safe and informed with everything going on. accesskent.com/health. That is their website for COVID testing areas throughout Kent County, which is an absolute hotbed of COVID, spreading like wildfire. Though we did have a day yesterday where we were just over 5,000 cases in the state, which is a little less. I hope that continues. The Kent County Health Department it also invites you to ask about vaccinations for your kids. Because of the pandemic, some people are letting that slide through the cracks. Measles, mumps, rubella, pertussis, meningitis, all key things that you can have your kids protected from at the Kent County Health Department. accesskent.com/health. I got a crew of folks that are working to paint the parking lots. Shoreliners striping. If you have a business, you want that parking lot to look good. It's the first impression. And if all the parking spots you can barely see and the paint's all gone, looks like shit, you need that taken care of. Shorelinerstriping.com. Get the parking lot repainted with Shoreliners. Online at shorelinerstriping.com or get to their website by clicking on their logo at ericzaneshow.com and the sponsor scroll. Okay. Side note with Thanksgiving right around the corner. Every year I see this, and I often ask the question, how do people keep screwing this up? ABC News featured the dangers of what can happen when you fry a turkey indoors. And for the life of me, I don't know how anybody screws this up. First of all, if you're frying a turkey, you never want the first time you ever use the fryer to be on Thanksgiving. You want to have experimented with that for quite some time, several times, before you attempt to fry a turkey. You know, you're learning the nuances of how to do this. So any asshole who just gets a turkey fryer out of the box and just sets it up, and the first time they're going to use it is Thanksgiving, leave the house. You don't want anything to do with that turkey. It's gonna be terrible because of their inexperience. But yeah, people actually use these things indoors, and how the fuck can you be that stupid? Because the key thing to think about when you're frying a turkey is if you just drop that cold bird into there, the oil's gonna react. It's gonna want to explode. So you have to be very, very careful when you're actually lowering the fucking bird in there. And if you just body slam it like fucking Big John Studd dropping Adrian Adonis onto the mat, well, that's a problem because the grease is going to go everywhere and it's going to hit the fire, and then boom, you have a grease fire. And the fact, if it's outside, it's a problem. There is only one place to do this, and that is outside on concrete. Any idiot who puts it in the house, my God, how could this possibly even be a thing? But it does happen. So the videos going around of the problems of frying a turkey indoors. I know the problem. In 1 second, your house is completely engulfed in flames. It's going to happen this year. What state will it be? We could do a contest where we put money down, like you drop a $10 bet, and what state will we see the story where someone burnt their house down because of using a turkey fryer indoors or on a wood deck? It's gonna happen, and we could do it. It could be a fun thing where we drop down $10. I don't want to do it this year because we have too short of a lead up. I don't have anything set up to do it, but I can promise you when we come back from Thanksgiving, and I'll be podcasting on Friday and Black Friday. When we come back from Thanksgiving, we will have a story of some dumb son of a bitch, probably in Florida, who decided to do this either on a deck or in their home And now they're, I didn't know there was going to be a fucking problem, man. Thank God my cousin Cletus set up a fucking GoFundMe for me. Don't you dare give to this GoFundMe. Fuck no. No way. Do not give to any GoFundMe. Does any asshole burnt their house down because they use a turkey fryer on their deck or inside of their house. Eat shit. Okay? And turkey. Yeah, so make sure that thing is on cement outside. And if it's windy, you might want to put it in a spot where the wind's shielding it. Otherwise, your oil's not going to get hot enough, and you're going to undercook the turkey, and it's going to be a nightmare. It's just shocking to me. Every year I see this video where some local fire department has set up a video and they have a makeshift room of how to show you how quickly it happens. We know this. How can this possibly be in question? It's true. It is. Hey, if you have a GM vehicle, guess what? You might be taking that thing back to the dealership. General Motors is recalling 7 million vehicles for airbag problems after losing a fight with the safety regulator, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA. GM was like, no. These Takata airbags are in great shape. There is no issue with these whatsoever. There is no concern. No one could possibly be hurt. NHTSA's like, I don't think so. These are the same airbags, the same airbag company, which no longer exists. They went belly up after they killed 17 people in the U.S. over the years. And by the way, how that all happened, I think that was in what types of vehicles? Were those Toyotas? When that would happen, think about this, because when you get into a wreck, the airbag deploys, and then that's it. You know, the impact of you hitting the bag is bad enough because you're going at a how fast. Like, oh my God, and that's somewhat traumatic, but it's better than hitting the steering wheel and smashing your face, and then you're freaking dead. But the fact that they had created a product, and I don't know how they didn't know this, but Takata. Do you remember what would happen when those bags would open up that caused the issue? It was like a bomb. When the Takata airbags would deploy that killed 17 people, it was not that different than like a hand grenade going off in the car. The guy would be sitting there, the girl, the bag would go off, and shrapnel would go flying through them. No joke. This is not hyperbole or anything. Spraying shrapnel throughout the vehicle. Other drivers were blinded or maimed. So this was a regular thing with these. And I think, if I recall, the reason how it happened was the inflator that would actually do the work of putting inflating the bag upon impact would become compromised due to, like, if it's a hot day and the car is really warm inside, that is what was causing the problem. And so, yeah, this is something that they said is now in GM vehicles. So GM's like, holy shit, man, what the fuck are we going to do? The decision comes more than 6 years after initial recalls linked to the Takata airbags began in 2014, ultimately becoming the largest auto recall in history. Prior to Monday's announcement, the U.S. portion of the recall had already reached 63 million airbags in roughly 40 million vehicles. GM had previously recalled nearly 800,000 vehicles with Takata airbags, but had argued that its tests showed the airbags in these additional vehicles, which have a different kind of inflator than the devices in the earlier recall, were fine. So the dispute between GM and NHTSA has been going on for years, and on Monday, NHTSA said, all right, that's it. This is over. And they ordered the recall of those vehicles. NHTSA concluded that the GM inflators in question are at risk of the same type of explosion after long-term exposure to heat and humidity. GM said, all right, we'll do it. We'll comply by recalling those vehicles and another 1.1 million of the same models elsewhere. So, all right, look for your notice that says you got to get your airbag fixed. It will cost GM Oh my God. $1.2 billion with a B dollars. Fuck. According to its most recent annual financial report earlier this year. Because of Takata's bankruptcy, GM will have to pay it all by themselves. Oh my God. So they have this product in there with a company that went belly up because they were blowing up and killing people. So now they have to pay the whole fucking thing. Shit. The company expects to spend about $400 million next year and the additional funds in subsequent years. Only about 75% of the earlier recalled GM vehicles have been brought to be fixed. Not everybody's fixed them, despite the fact that the recall started more than 6 years ago. The recalls are done at no cost to the vehicle owners. There is no deadline by which recalled vehicles must be repaired or replaced. The recall covers the Cadillac Escalade, the Chevy Avalanche, the Silverado, the Suburban, and the Tahoe, and the GMC Sierra and Yukon with model years 07 to 14. Owners will be notified if their vehicle is included in the recall, or they can enter the VIN number on a site. My God. I don't know what GM's profits are. I mean, every so often you'll see a thing. Oh, yeah, quarterly, we made $4 billion. So I don't think they'll be hard up for the cash, but holy crap. I cannot imagine being in a car and having a bomb go off, for God's sake. All right. More coming up, including, I don't know if you watched the football over the weekend, but there was actually a really good game with the Colts and the Packers. And this thing went to overtime. And the Packers kind of choked it off in the game. And, oh boy, in overtime, this one dude felt like a real asshole. But because of something he did, I'll tell you what he did that caused a problem and how these dickhead Packers fans are responding. I'll get to that in a bit. And Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols might want to avoid interacting with wildlife. I have that story next. Stand by. Okay. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage says it's a great time to get a mortgage, man. Okay, so if you've been paying rent, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put aside what you think is you not being able to get a mortgage. Put aside that belief system. Like, oh, my God, there is no way I can get a mortgage. You actually might be right. But I just want you to forget that and just take my word for it and call Mario. 231-332-6505. He's not around, leave a message. And then on the message, make sure you say, Zane told me to call you, and he said you're going to call me back, so you have to. I sometimes bust him about that because he has so many customers that are reaching out to him. Sometimes he gets a little scattered. So come to me I'll talk to him directly if he doesn't respond right away. But, yeah, that's how I want you to do it. Just call his desk, 231-332-6505. Sweetheart of a guy that is going to go the extra mile to get you into a mortgage so that you don't have to worry about paying money to some idiot slumlord, for God's sake. And is Mario the type of guy that only works with people on first-time mortgages? Of course not. It's just that he's the only one who will, okay? A lot of his clients are people who have well-established in their careers with plenty of dough to get a mortgage, and it's no problem. That's the easy work. But what Mario does is the heavy lifting. He goes the extra mile for people who would struggle to get a first mortgage, okay? So that's how it works at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505, NMLS number 3035. I don't even know what NMLS number is. But I'm told I have to say it, or else you get like a real estate or a mortgage ticket or some shit. Excuse me. If you want to get in shape, the place to do it is at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Right near where the family fair there is in beautiful Byron Center. As we continue to make our way through the pandemic, they have put in extra protocols to make sure that you are kept completely safe. And yes, there's been slowdowns in business, and there's been hey, you can't work out, you can't do this. They understand that. They've followed all those rules. You're not going to get any rule breaking on their part, but They continue on with their marketing, and I am so thankful for that. All you need to know that if you've been wanting to get in shape, reach out to my friends at F45. And as we come back from this latest set of protocols to keep us safe and businesses have to put it on hold for a little bit, they will be back after it. And that's what F45 is doing right now. You can get more information on their website, f45training.com/Byron Center. Group training with a personal touch. The workouts are 45 minutes long, and you will love them. You will work. You work as well as your body will allow you to work. That's how I describe it, because you're going to get people in there that are first-timers and newbies and other people who have been busting it for some time. You do what you can, and you improve as your body adjusts and gets more and more efficient. As you get stronger, you get leaner, you get faster, all of those things. Then you cater the workout to your skill set. F45training.com. Get a free week, and mention my name when you reach out to them. All right. And then while we are at it, my amazing pal Laura from Stella Fly is a marketing genius. Okay. She is absolutely fantastic. And if your business, you sit there, you got a business and you want to market what you do on Facebook or any type of social media, and you're like, I don't have time to do this shit. Okay. That doesn't mean that you don't do it. You should still do it. Okay. And you need to find a way. And well, let my kid do it. Think about it. This is your business that you're putting out there. You want it to look and feel professional. That's where Stella Fly comes in. They do all of these things for you. Reach out to Laura at Stella Fly. Go to her website. How do you say that? What are you even saying? How do you spell it? Stella Fly. All one word, StellaFly.com. S as in Sam, T as in Tom, ELLA Fly. S as in Sam, T as in Tom, ELLA Fly.com. All right. Where are we here? Oh, shit. The story froze up. See that look in my face? All right, there we are. Jesus, don't even tell me I have to call Blue Frost IT all of a sudden. What is going on? Everything's moving. Holy shit. In the Packers game against the Colts. Colts tie the game. Goes into overtime. Aaron Rodgers. He hits Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He starts running with the football after he catches the pass. He's hit kind of weird. He lost the handle on the ball and it goes flying. Fumble! Colts pick it up. They landed on the ball in Packers territory, and since this is overtime and the Packers fumbled it on their opening possession, that means that all that the Colts have to do now is at the least kick a field goal and they win the game. Hell, they could have kicked it right there and they won it, but they got a little bit closer, and sure as shit, they kick a field goal. They win the damn game. That's it. Okay, so the Pack, I think they have 7 wins on the year. They're still really, really good. So, no big deal. You got 2 good teams there, and you win some, you lose some. Now, if you're a Packers fan like Throat Slash Dale, you got to understand, you're in a division with all shit. So it's cool. They're going to win the division. You got the Lions, the Bears, and the Vikings. They all suck tons of dick. They're all horrible. So this is not a big deal. That didn't stop Packers fans from threatening to actually kill Valdez-Scantling. Unbelievable. Packers coach Matt LaFleur says he's really hurting. He made so many plays for us. And the dude looked like he was going to hang himself on the sidelines there. It's like, oh, God. And they're putting the camera on him. And he's like, oh, shit, don't put the camera on me. Come on. These Packer fans get all pissed off. And now Packers fans are actually are reaching out to him and threatening violence on him. Unbelievable. And Aaron Rodgers had to come out and defend and say, look, you can't do that. This is incredible. That's terrible. You cannot go and like threaten the life of a guy just because of one play. He's a human being. My God. Jesus. And I don't know what you're worried about. The fact of the matter is they're always good and they'll be there in the end, and they're in a division with terrible teams. So my God, lighten up. Give the guy a break. Jeez. Meanwhile, the Lions still suck. Thursday is the latest defeat against Houston. Any one of you who think that they're going to win that game, you're living a pipe dream. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so looking back on the times when I was on the radio, one of the people I loved interviewing the most was Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. This guy was just a frickin', oh my God, was he awesome. Very, very fun to talk to. And I forget how it emerged, how we had the opportunity to talk to the guy, but all I remember is he just was awesome. Great storyteller, funny, super engaging, and legendary. He's the lead singer of the friggin' Sex Pistols, for God's sake. Apparently, Rotten, as he's gotten old, has decided that the fun thing to do is to befriend squirrels in and around wherever the hell this guy lives. And so he would let squirrels into his home and feed them, and the squirrels would trust him. And so he's got like all these pet squirrels that are running around his house. And he's like, oh man, this is great. I've got pet squirrels. I love life. Holy shit. And then he noticed that he was having some discomfort, and he was like, oh God. And he starts like itching his dick. And then he's like, son of a bitch, this is really bothering me. This is really uncomfortable. And then, quote, I look down there at my willy, and there's a fucking flea bite on it. The Sex Pistols singer told UK's Daily Star, and there's another one, and then another one, and then another one. Rotten became enamored with squirrels and let them stay at his Venice Beach home. But soon enough, there was anarchy in his LA home. The bites. Wow. Last night was murder because of it. The itching too. Boy, I'm not going to be far from where this guy is, because the dude who I'm giving the kidney away to lives in Venice Beach. It's such a poxy, he says, thing to get caught out on. He talks weird. The only way around it, because I'm not going to blame the poor little squirrels, is to Vaseline my legs. I don't know if that's the way you do it. It sounds pretty old school. My God. He's even written a book in which he discusses his relationship with the squirrels, and even talks about how he orders bags of unsalted peanuts to feed them. Fuck, man. What a unpunk rock thing to do. Here you have the lead singer of the Sex Pistols is living with squirrels that the fleas are biting, that have fleas on them, and the fleas are biting his cock. And he's writing a book about his relationship with fucking squirrels and feeding unsalted peanuts to them. Oh my God. And I'm worried about whether or not the content will be enough to carry a book about donating a kidney. And this asshole is writing a book about squirrels biting and fleas biting his dick. That is ridiculous. Hey, I want to hear from you. Reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review the audio podcast. It's always a great help. And share any of my posts on social media to be able to help spread the word about this show. Okay, that is it. I'll talk to you on Patreon. When I wrap up the show here, the music's going to fade, and then I'm going to play for you my ride-in song into work this morning, into the Eric Zane Show podcast Fear Bunker studio. Today, since I mentioned physical graffiti, let's see, what am I going to play for physical graffiti? Hold on. I will bust out the classic Houses of the Holy from Physical Graffiti as my ride-in song this morning. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you. Till next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.